Hey, it's good to talk to you today. Continuing this week in our Words of Wisdom, just single episodes instead of a week-long series, single episodes to help give you something that's been helpful to me. I'm continuing to do that today, and I want to just talk to you about a principle that's been very helpful to me to not live in anger and frustration with people, to not create stories in my head about how awful people are. And that's just simply to give people the benefit of the doubt. Give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm motivated by this when I think of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. It says, "Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you." And so I am mandated by the Lord, and you are mandated by the Lord to be kind to other people, tenderhearted towards them, forgiving them, knowing that Jesus forgave you. And so what does it mean to give somebody the benefit of the doubt? Well, I think in every situation, there's what happened, and then there's the story that we tell ourselves about what happened. So there's what somebody did to you, what they said to you, what they did not do to you, what they excluded you from. And then there's the story that you tell yourself about it. This happens in the home. Mom and dad said this or didn't say this. And then there's the story that plays in your head about it. Same thing. My child did this, and it must mean this. And so there's a story that I play in my head about it. And you don't have control over what people do, but you do have control over the story that you tell yourself. And I think one of the things that is just generally helpful is in the story that plays in your head, give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't go to the worst extreme. Don't assign the worst possible motives. Don't castigate their whole character because of an action, even if that action was wrong. And if there's a possibility of interpreting things in two different ways, think of the best one. Man, in a text-based society, text message-based society, this is super important because text messages often are lacking tone. With your generation, they're often lacking punctuation, which is so strange to me. But even when they have punctuation, it's funny. My daughter, a few years ago, back like when she initially had her phone, I would text her, and she one day told me, "Dad, it feels like you're mad at me when you text me because you put periods at the end of your stuff." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I made a sentence, so I put a period at the end of it." And she's like, "Well, you're the only person that puts punctuation on their text messages." I'm like, "I'm writing a sentence. I have to put punctuation." But it was good we had that conversation because she knew I wasn't mad at her, but her feelings wanted her to think that. And so she gave me the benefit of the doubt, and she had the conversation with me. And in a text message, you're going to have a chance to read it multiple different ways. Why not read it in the one that puts that person in the best possible light? Why not read it in a way that gives them the benefit of the doubt? You had a hard interaction in your home today. You want to tell yourself a story about the other person. Why not tell the story that puts them in the best possible light, that gives them the benefit of the doubt? You know, maybe they blew it. Maybe they said something harsh, but maybe there's something else going on. Maybe it's not because they hate you. Maybe it's not because they're trying to make your life miserable. Maybe it's not because they lay awake at night conspiring on how to wreck and terrorize your day. Maybe they got hard stuff going on at school. Maybe they had hard interactions with somebody else. Maybe they're not sleeping well. Maybe your interactions in life with them is not the center of the universe, and there's other things weighing in. See, simply giving somebody the benefit of the doubt lowers the intensity of the interactions and relationships. And even when they actually did the worst possible version of it, I think Ephesians 4:32 is helpful for us. Why? Because it says, "Be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another as God in Christ forgave you." And so you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's proven that they actually did the worst version. What's your response then? Your response is to be kind, to be tenderhearted, to aim to win the person and not the argument, and to forgive them to the degree that you were forgiven by Jesus, and also to the degree that you expect Jesus to forgive you. Do you want God to say that he forgives you and then continue to manipulate and hold that thing against you? Or do you want to be free? Do you want to be kind of forgiven, but still have to pay a little bit in hell for what you did? Or do you want to be forgiven? Now, I understand that sometimes in these situations, you still have to separate. You still have to make distance. Sometimes you need time for emotions to heal. Some people are not safe and you need true distance. But in the majority of our human interactions, just simply giving the benefit of the doubt, giving some kindness, giving some forgiveness will go a very long way in having healthy, prosperous relationships. And so just finally, my question to you is this. When you handle something poorly, when you don't follow through as you said that you were going to do, when you blow it, do you want somebody to give you the benefit of the doubt? Do you want somebody to give you forgiveness and be kind and tenderhearted towards you, or do you want them to bring the hammer down on you? Jesus says, do unto others as you would have them do to you. And so if somebody's wronged you, give them the benefit of the doubt, give them forgiveness, and then walk forward. And if you do that, you will be happier, you will be healthier, and you will be more like Jesus, which is our ultimate goal.